And now we have the first ever meeting between one Christopher Hero and awesome Austin Aries, or Awesome Aries as I like to call him.
This is the first time they've hooked up ever in the ring. Not just in PWG, but in life.
Ever. In the history of ever.
You sure? I was at a party once. And
they were talking quite a bit.
Yeah, you know.
I don't know who went home with who, but you know.
The grape Kool-Aid was flowing, and people were having good times. Yeah.
And also very important to note the first appearance of the night of senior official Rick Knox. Rick Knox looking dapper as ever in those Gucci pants. Well, Chris Hero, a close-up of not such a pretty man.
How dare you? He cuts a very striking presence.
He does, but you know, we talked about this earlier, and actually, Austin Aries right now being berated by Santa Claus for not believing in Christmas.
No.
And Chris Hero, you know, telling the fans that he is awesome. He says Christmas is awesome. That's what he said, and the fans very very supportive of Chris Hero and his pro Christmas stance. Very not supportive of Awesome Aries and his non-Aries con Christmas stance.
I know Austin Aries seems to be happy about just being everywhere.
That's very true. Austin Aries is he's not much of a traveler. He does have a fear of planes, boats, and cars. So it took him over 3 weeks to get to the show on foot. Wow. But he ran most of the way. That's why he's in such great shape.
Much too thick for us.
That would make for a great movie. Did anybody film any of that? The Adventures of
Awesome Aries.
Yeah.
Hero rolling through, showing some of that trademark mat technique that he's picked up here and there over the years. And Awesome Aries is no slouch either. His name is Austin, but I keep calling him Awesome just because it's fun.
It's awesome now. Don't worry about it.
And he is no slouch on the mat. Austin Aries, both of these men actually, Colt Cabana.
Both these men are Colt Cabana. I don't know.
I was going to say, both of these men are no stranger to you, actually.
Yeah, I know him well. I started with Chris. Not started with him, but when we were young.
Freudian slip. Wink, wink.
Austin Aries was in the Minnesota area, in the Midwest, where I started. And then moved out to Philadelphia, so...
I believe you live in Baltimore.
What?
It's Baltimore, or as we like to call it in Philadelphia, Philadelphia's armpit.
Philadelphia Junior.
And now Austin Aries has got a hold of the throat of Chris Hero. And, you know, I made reference to this the last time he was here, but if you look at Chris Hero's face, he does have quite a wide mouth. And he appears to be Muppetish in appearance.
I made the same comment the other day, and this is interesting. I'm not the only one who believes.
No, it looks like his jaw hinges at the back of his head, so it's just like if you took 2 coconuts and made
he's like a crank yanker, if you will.
Exactly. Yeah. And that's not to discount Chris Hero.
Yes, it is.
But however, Chris Hero makes up for his less than striking physical appearance by being such an expert in the wrestling area. And Austin Aries again showing that he is no slouch, trapping the hands. Well, he had the hands of Chris Hero trapped, and now has them in some sort of cravat or cravat, as you like to call it.
Nice. So you put a cravat. Hero's the cravat master. You put him in one, he's going to get out of it. He knows 6 ways to Sunday to get out.
Indeed, he does, Colt Cabana. Yeah. Expert analysis. Chris Hero can put on a cravat from just about anywhere. If Chris Hero was in a totally different state and you were talking to him over the phone, you would somehow manage to find yourself in a cravat.
I was on instant message and he put me in a cravat.
Incredible.
Yeah.
And there we go. A cravat by Chris Hero. The fans very appreciative of Chris Hero's knowledge inside the ring and his ring lieutenantship. What did we call it? No,
we're not starting with this yet.
Corporalship. And Austin Aries very quick to get out of the cravat. He knows what sort of damage Chris Hero can do inside when his neck is being cranked backwards.
I did his homework.
And he got A+.
Yeah, he had a long trip, so
He was doing homework while he was running.
While he was running, he actually had he jerry-rigged a clipboard attachment that went on his vest, and so he could read while he was running. He didn't have to hold any papers or anything. Just flip through it. Actually, it was quite an engineer. And actually, they did make a movie about Austin Aries running across the country. It's called
sure was it called North?
With God, I can't even remember. Was that with Bruce Willis?
I think so.
Bruce
Yeah.
Willis and the little fat
The
kid.
little kid, yeah. See, that was him. The little kid is Austin Aries.
Because he is from north of here in the great state of Minnesota. Bringing everything full circle. That's what we do here in PWG.
But also, I think that the fans have actually dubbed him Elf, which was another holiday movie.
Indeed. And one of your favorites, Pokemon.
Yeah, I'm a big Will Ferrell fan. He was the little black elf, I think, right?
Now, was he the little black elf from Bad Santa?
Maybe that was.
And here we see a very, very bad Austin Aries, showing that he is, in fact, not Santa's elf, possibly Satan's elf. Did you see what I did there? I moved the A and the N.
I know.
Thank you.
But actually, he's more of, I think, a special needs elf, as he's actually wearing a helmet in there, and you can see his chin strap connected to that helmet he's wearing.
The hair helmet of Austin Aries, second to none.
Connected by that chin strap, which is very important.
And it stays on. In Chris Hero scooting his way out of the side headlock. We've seen him do this before, but Austin Aries has a very firm grip. He has done his homework on Chris Hero. He actually had a VCR in his backpack in a small portable TV when he was running across the country, so he could watch tapes with Chris Hero in preparation for this match.
Outstanding. Austin Aries very ingenious, both in the ring and running through stick brush.
That's why we call him Awesome Aries around here.
Around these parts.
And still, with the side headlock applied, Chris Hero he needs some new tricks because they're just not working for him anymore.
Everybody knows him already.
And Austin Aries, a bit of an underhanded maneuver there, but effective nonetheless.
There was the Knockster on that one.
The Knockster, he's admonishing Awesome Aries, but not really following through with anything. He said, "Hey, don't do that, or I'll disqualify you." And
come on, we know he's not.
Now Chris Hero finally shoots off Austin Aries, but due to that size and weight advantage, is not going down to a shoulder tackle by the big but not quite as big as Chris Hero.
If Chris Hero is a Muppet, then Rick Knox will be Beaker.
He sure would.
Chris Hero drops down Austin Aries. Austin Aries flew off the rope like a fastball, and Chris Hero caught him right in the chest and stomach with a drop kick. Now Hero going off the ropes, a fake dive, and he rolls through, faking out Austin Aries. Very interesting. Yeah, back roll.
One man clap for this machine.
I was impressed by it.
I'm not applauding. I wanted to see him dive, honestly.
And I bet at some point in this match he will. Whoa! Call it a hunch.
Foreshadow.
I'll bet you $1.
A dollar.
Austin Aries taking a seat. There's an empty seat at our show.
I don't believe it, Disco Machine.
He just sat on somebody who was wearing.
He sat on an invisible person.
Yes.
Chris Hero, backdrop, Austin Aries crashing down pretty hard on the mat. And you know what, Disco Machine? Unlike some rings that we've used in the past, that ring does not have a lot of give to it.
No, not at all. It's a very we actually put in a thick layer of concrete underneath just for stability.
We would hate to see the ring just break during the show.
That would be catastrophic.
Catastrophic. Indeed, it would be, Disco Machine. Chris Hero, he's got the legs hooked in by Austin Aries. Austin Aries trying to get her out of it. He clobbers him in the jaw with an elbow. Rick Knox only gets the one count from Austin Aries.
Looks at the front figure four he's got him in.
That's the best I can describe it.
A version of the Indian Deathlock working here.
And now Hero keeping on the leg, rolls Austin Aries through. Gets him in. There's another cravat. Disco Machine. We were famous at one time for our arm drag drinking game.
Yes.
Until we went into rehab. Perhaps now that Chris Hero is here, we could maybe start up a cravat drinking game.
Absolutely. And
Now look at that. He's got him figure forward on his own leg as Chris Hero steps on one of Austin Aries' feet and moves. He brings it.
It's almost like a stump pull, but with his leg.
Indeed.
now, what would be the counter to that? Like they say, there's a counter for every leg.
I'll tell you what. Well, Johnny Kidd is famous for it, where he would go for the hands. He would do a sit-ups, go for the hands, and as Chris Hero thinks he's going to get his hands taken, he takes his own leg. Austin Aries would take his own leg out of it and roll.
He would pull off his own leg.
He would pull his own leg. Much like the Zach match, right? Did I beat you to it?
You did.
Sorry.
That's okay. Great minds think alike, sure.
And I like that one so much.
Now,
Chris Hero
with the cravat.
And now snap-marrying Austin Aries into the ropes. We missed that the first time, but he does it again, and to great effect. Austin Aries, you can see that leg is taking quite a bit of punishment, and now rolls to his back, pushes off Chris Hero, and catches him with a thunderous clothesline right across the chest. He might have got some of that Muppet-esque jaw.
Remember, it's made of soft foam.
That's right. No matter how much you dent it, it always goes back into position.
Austin Aries really favoring that left leg.
Getting some unfavorable reaction from the crowd due to that kick. It wasn't quite a low kick. It was just a kick, not something that fans would normally react to. But for some reason, they didn't seem to like Austin Aries doing that.
I remember a fan saying, "Not nice." It was
Austin Aries catching him with a back elbow. His leg seems to be healed, or he seems to be getting some sort of second wind.
I believe he's doing the river dance.
Catching Chris Hero with a drop kick as he was trapped in the corner, and Austin Aries, well, maybe not. That leg is completely healed. He stumbles down and covers him for a 2 count only, says Rick Knox.
Now, can I tell you about the importance of this match? And maybe people don't realize it, and this is where ring psychology comes in from Chris Hero. Chris Hero realized that Pro Wrestling Guerrilla is known for a lot of head drops, working on the head, suplexes. But you can't do that to Austin Aries with that helmet he's got. So he went for the leg, and he's working on the leg, and that's the smartness of Chris Hero.
Colt Cabana expert analysis that can only be administered by yourself.
No, I'm just telling it like it is.
Now Chris Hero jumps over the kitchen sink attempt and drop kicks the leg of Austin Aries. Again, we see not going for any type of... Oh, Chris Hero, he got his arm up. He may have partially blocked the enziguri, but it doesn't appear so. Austin Aries is slow to get up and capitalize on that, but Chris Hero is down on all fours after taking that kick to the back of his head.
Could Rick Knox be that ignorant to not see that he's wearing a helmet?
Austin Aries... Credit him, he came up with the clipboard invention,
right.
He came up with the VCR TV invention, and he actually has the chin strap and helmet covered in a thin layer of hair, so it looks natural.
Wow, is that how that works?
It's actually horsehair. Oh, a gigantic elbow drop by Austin Aries right across the chest of Hero. You can see the look on Hero's face. None too happy about that.
From Disco, it could be Rick Steiner for years, or ear helmets.
Earmuffs.
Ear helmets. So,
hey, Chris Hero, much like a Japanese woman bridging out of the pinfall attempt.
But not screaming.
That's true. And Chris Hero, he does actually have a lot of similarities to a Japanese woman. He's 6'5". He has long blonde hair and
very demure and loves really kinky sex.
That's true.
long walks on the beach.
And the crowd again giving oohs and hisses to Austin Aries, and now Chris Hero, they are behind his comeback attempt here. But Austin Aries, maybe he's plotting something, maybe not.
Don't give him a brainbuster.
No, don't do that.
The finisher of Austin Aries, very effective maneuver. He's put away many competitors, however, no competitors. Austin Aries dropping Hero chest first onto his outstretched knee, and Austin Aries sweeps the leg out. Spinning elbow drop by Austin Aries. Beautiful, beautiful maneuver.
Maybe he's the human tornado.
Very well could be. Maybe he's the human vortex.
I was going to say, under that helmet he's got on could be a giant afro.
That's very true. And
you never know.
Human Tornado and Austin Aries, very similar builds.
Yeah.
You don't get to see a lot of Human Tornado's body because he does wear the long pants and the jacket. And so...
He's pulling double duty.
He could be making 2 trips to the pay window.
How about it?
Under all that white skin is a black man.
That's right.
And now Rick Knox administering the 3 count. Chris Hero is down once, twice, actually that was
3 times a lady.
Indeed. But no, Chris Hero is not a lady at this point. He says, no, I'm not a Japanese woman, despite how many similarities I may bear. Austin Aries, he does have the drops Hero on his knee.
But Austin Aries, it seems to be worse for her on that one.
Man, that knee worked over earlier by Chris Hero, and maybe not the wisest maneuver under that. Maybe that helmet of hair is clogging his thinking.
Maybe.
But no, Austin Aries, he maintains the attack on Chris Hero, and now going possibly for that brainbuster. Chris Hero floats over. He has him in a waistlock. Austin Aries with the back elbow. Austin Aries trips out the leg. He's got his arms hooked, and now
This is the Saturn he's got. He's going with the fish hook.
But Hero breaks out very quickly. He knew what jeopardy he was in and is able to break out. Oh! Chris Hero with a Mandara Ishkarnari or whatever that's called.
Bless you.
Chris Hero able to make some sort of comeback with that. Both men need to get to their feet if either man chooses or wants to get the advantage in this match.
Was that Chris Hero's Japanese woman's name you just said?
It was, actually.
I thought that was Russian for leg throw. But if that's maybe what it is, I'm not sure.
Austin Aries, the first one back to his feet. Despite the damage done to his knee, you can see he's limping his way over to Chris Hero. But he still has the advantage in this point, up until this point, until Chris Hero just starts laying in with those chops and elbows to the chest and face of Austin Aries. Austin Aries, you can see limping on his way to the rope. Back up again on the receiving end of a clothesline by Chris Hero. And Chris Hero with a giant boot just taking Austin Aries right off of his feet.
Right to the chin.
But slow to capitalize on his big move.
And if he kicked him just a bit harder, that cin strap may have broke.
That's what I was
The helmet
thinking.
may have come off, and Chris Hero could have easily won this match.
That's right. That's right. Would have had the exposed skull to work with.
That's very good. Chris Hero, again, those thunderous elbows. Austin Aries may be a bit dazed by those, not only after taking the... again with the elbows. Austin Aries just escapes rolling out of the ring. Does he have a bit of a pulse spot?
That's airbrushed in the helmet.
For realism, I see.
Here's that dive
Hero.
Hey! Oh!
Chris Hero, a tope. That was a $70 tope with all those chips.
Here you go. $1.
Thank you very much.
We need 69 more. Fans, send in your cash donations.
We see Santa Claus leading the PWG chant. A bit unfair since he is an employee of ours, but we'll take it nonetheless.
Santa works for PWG?
He is an employee, yes, on the payroll. It's only $400 a year.
And it's the most special day.
It is December 18th when this card took place.
You know what's this?
Now Chris Hero, he's trying to hook the legs. Austin Aries providing some resistance. He drops back. And it's almost an Indian deathlock, but not quite.
A variation.
Perhaps. Yes. And now Hero with almost a spinning toe hold, but again a variation of the spinning toe hold.
Which it hurts a little bit more.
It does, because it's a variation of hurt. The only way we can get correct move names for that is if Hero was actually here in the
Yeah. And it would be a laundry list. We'd actually have a long list to go through, and I'm not sure that we'd get it right.
I'm not sure we have time. You know what? This is another true fact, a PWG true fact. After this match, I saw Austin Aries backstage, not backdrop suplexing somebody, but Chris Hero back up to his feet after that backdrop suplex. Austin Aries boots him in the jaw. Now going for that brainbuster, and he connects. This has got to be it. If he can go over and capitalize, he hooks the leg. Two count only. Chris Hero able to kick out of that backdrop or the brainbuster by Austin
Thank
Aries.
God he did, because I want to hear the story.
Indeed. Austin Aries was back, and he's got the rings of Saturn applied, and while he does, I'll try to quickly tell the story. He was backstage. Those chops made his chest look like just raw meat. The chops from Chris Hero to Austin Aries. And he managed, it looked like he was popping a zit, but he was popping a blood vessel that spurted blood backstage. It was possibly the most disgusting thing I've seen in a PWG locker room.
Let's keep it backstage.
Now, Austin Aries possibly going for a powerbomb attempt or a pile driver attempt, but Chris Hero with the weight advantage, and now he's got Austin Aries up. Huge spine buster. Austin Aries just bouncing off the mat. The running send senton, driving the oxygen further out of the lungs of Austin Aries. Austin Aries somehow able to kick out of that, though.
Unbelievable flourish of offensive maneuvers. Austin Aries spitting on a young fan at ringside.
Souvenir, if you will.
He can take that to school on Monday and show all his friends.
I got the helmet, guys. Spit.
Now Chris Hero, he's got the legs hooked again, going for a variation of the STF. He's got Austin Aries back. He's cranking back on the nose, on the face of Austin Aries. He's got a good grip. Austin Aries is in the center of the ring. He needs to make it to the ropes if he hopes to escape. But no, Austin Aries, he's inching his way to the ropes. Chris Hero, he's got it firmly locked in. The helmet comes a bit loose. Chris Hero loses his grip, but he still maintains the attack on Austin Aries.
I think the helmet being Teflon, it slipped right off of him.
Maybe he used some of Chris Daniels' Vaseline on the helmet. Now Chris Hero, dragon screw, taking Austin Aries down. You can see him grabbing that leg. That leg has just been damaged throughout the course of this match by Chris Hero.
But Austin Aries, I don't know how long you can hold out with that leg in the condition that it is.
That's very true. If Chris Hero were to mount some sort of further offensive attack on the leg or the knee of Austin Aries, I would say that this match could be over in short order.
Are you going for it from the top?
He could be going for a top rope dragon screw, but Austin Aries is no slouch. He's fighting on the top, just clubbing blows to the back. He is clubbering him. If there has ever been clubbering here in professional wrestling, it had just took place right now. Austin Aries going up to the top. The 450 splash, he hits it. But at what cost? That knee impacted the mat. The very hard concrete-filled mat here in the ring. Two count only. Chris Hero able to kick out. That delay in Austin Aries covering him may be what enabled Chris Hero to kick out of that. That if had he hooked the leg right away, this match would be over, I think.
Wow, Austin Aries really pulling out all the stops, putting his leg at risk, that already injured left leg, and now Chris Hero turns out of it.
Backdrop suplex again. Chris Hero hangs on. Austin Aries, you can see him reaching for that knee. Chris Hero again with a second backdrop suplex. Could he be going for the trifecta here? No, he's going for a knee crusher, I believe. And he hits it. Austin Aries is in a very bad situation now. Chris Hero, he's got the legs grapevine again. He flips him over, and now in a variation of the Texas cloverleaf, might as well call it the Indiana
Pulls
cloverleaf.
it right to the center of the ring.
And he's got him in the center of the ring. Austin Aries, he's tapping out. This match is it. Chris Hero comes away with the Dayton, Ohio cloverleaf comes away with a huge victory here in PWG.